think one of my favorite sayings. I don't know where I heard it, to be honest. I think I've heard it a few times from a few different places. But it's that don't put down to malevolence what you can put down to incompetence, right? Most of the time, when you're working as an agile coach in organizations, or a scrum master, or a product owner, or a developer, and people are doing things in a way that negatively affects your ability to do your job, right? Most of the time, they're not doing it because they're dicks, right? They're not doing it because they're dicks. They're doing it because they're measured. There's a reason they're being measured in a way that results in them making decisions that have a negative outcome, right? Or so somewhere in the organization there's some level of incompetence that this decision has not been changed, right? This measurement have not been changed. The old adage that hopefully nobody still has in their organization is that developers being measured by the number of lines of code they write, right? We all know that's a dumb thing to do, because especially if you're a developer, because what you do is you start copying and pasting out of Shakespeare into the comments, and then you end up with these lots of lots of lines of code you've written. And in fact, I've seen organizations do the opposite as well. The fewer lines of code that you write, right, which is meant to be somebody thought it would be a good idea because you want to optimize your code as much as possible. But what you end up doing is you get a bunch of people that go, well, I'll just not write any code today then, and I'll get my bonus, right? So you have to people's behaviors are directly related to the way you measure them, right? You think it's the culture, right, that creates that. So people focus on changing the culture in an organization, but it's not the culture. The culture is just the shadow on the wall of the measures for people reflected through people's activities, and that's the shadow on the wall, right? So you can't actually change that. You can't change culture. You can't affect culture. Change the way people are measured. Change the system, right? And if you change the system, the light will shift and the shadow will change. So it's always a system problem. It's never actually the people are in the middle, and they're just doing what the system's telling them to do, or the system's encouraging them to do, or you know how sometimes you feel like doing something is an uphill battle, that at every turn you're sabotaged by somebody in the, you're trying, I'm trying to ship this product to production, and you just get sabotaged at every like, oh, we're going to be, oh crap, here comes compliance, or whatever it is, you're sabotaged at every turn. That's because it's an uphill battle, right? The system has created an uphill battle because they don't want you to do that thing. You need to tip it the other way, make it easier. Oh, here's a perfect analogy for that. Why do we have change requests? That's the question. Why do we have change requests in organizing? You've got a project, you're trying to deliver that project, and the customer comes along and says, our business has changed. We need to change what we're working on. And we're like, well, here's the 5,000 page change request form and the contract negotiation team that come along with it to help you navigate this problem. And the reason we do that is we don't want to change anything, because if we've got a traditional project mindset, you want to plan out the project at the start, you want to minimize the variance in the project and just deliver it, right? That's we need to make 5,000 widgets. You've placed an order for 5,000 widgets. We're going to make 5,000 widgets. And if you come along later and say you only want 400 widgets, that's tough. We've already committed to making 5,000. You've signed the contract, right? That works great for factories, right? Because it protects both parties, but it totally sucks for building stuff that doesn't exist yet. So this malevolence that we sometimes feel that is directed at us to inhibit our ability to do stuff, inhibit our ability to get stuff done, is not malevolence at all. It's the incompetence of the system. The system has created this level of incompetence in the people that results in that shadow on the wall that we can't change. Change the system. Always focus on the system. Change the system. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, follow, and subscribe. I always reply to comments, and if you want to have a chat about this or anything else Agile, Scrum, or DevOps, then please book a coffee with me through NKDAgility.